Talk of the redesigned Toyota Tacoma has begun. Well, good morning, everybody, and welcome back to Robmotive. If you're new here and you haven't subscribed yet, please consider smashing that subscribe button right now. So that's right, talk of a new redesigned Toyota Tacoma has begun. And it makes sense, right? Because Toyota's just finishing up some other things like the Toyota Tundra. So now they can turn and focus their attention on our beloved Toyota Tacoma. So let's run through the list here. What am I hearing about what's coming for this new Tacoma? First of all, obviously we have to talk about the engine, right? All kinds of talk about electrics and hybrids and you name it, even some hydrogen. I mean, really? But anyway, realistically, what we're looking at for the new Tacoma is a turbo 6 for upper trim levels. That would be like probably the TRD line and above, all the way up through the Pro. Below that, most likely we'd be looking at a turbo 4. So doing away with the 2.7 naturally aspirated and going to a turbo 4 for the lower trim levels. Will they maintain a manual in those levels? Like the TRDs? We shall see. As far as power goes, you know, if we're going to have a new engine, we got to talk about power, right? And we want power. Well, I want power anyway. 300 horsepower and 300 pound-feet of torque. Wouldn't that be awesome? And it's not a huge change from what we have right now, to be honest. What is it, 278, 79 horsepower, something like that? But still, adding those extra horses under the hood would be awesome. Real quick, got to mention the hybrid. Definitely looking at some sort of a hybrid, probably down the road a little bit, maybe even an electric, even further down the road, I think. But nothing right off the bat, kind of like what they're doing with the new Tundra. Comfort. You know, everybody talks about space inside of the Tacoma, right? Particularly headroom. I mean, I'm not 8 feet tall. You know, I'm a strapping 5'9.5". And I don't have that much room here, especially when I get in. I have to duck when I come in over here on the driver's side. A raised roof line. Most likely we'll get some sort of raised roof line. It wouldn't be anything extreme. It's not like we're going to have a, 3-foot extension or something up there. Could you imagine? But enough to give you a little bit more room when you get in and out of the truck and when you're inside, especially if you are vertically gifted. Probably in the realm or in the area of maybe 2, maybe 3 inches. That's about it. But that would make a huge difference on the interior of the Tacoma. Next up, the transmission. Oh man, and I'm not talking about manual, I'm talking about automatic. You know, that's been, I think, a big problem for a lot of people out there, right? Everybody complains, well, not everybody, but a lot of people complain about the gear hunting of the current automatic transmission. And you know, Toyota is obviously aware of it because they've done some things to alleviate it. There have been some TSBs, or not even really TSBs, but software updates out there to change the shift points in the Tacoma to try to alleviate the issues that people are reporting. So we know Toyota knows, and Toyota seems to be right now listening to us. They seem to be paying attention to what the customer wants. That's a good thing. An 8-speed transmission, maybe even a 10. There are some rumors out there about a 10-speed transmission. You know, to be honest, I hope they don't go that far because, in my opinion, a 10-speed is too much. 8-speed is the sweet spot. That's where it's at, the 8-speed automatic, and hopefully that's what they'll stick with. Number 5, a rear seat that folds up for rear cab loading and storage. You know, I've often wondered why Toyota still has that front folding seat. You know, you grab it from the back and pull it forward. I mean, what do you do with that? You can't put anything anywhere. It takes up actually more room when you have the seat open. Much better idea to have it fold from the front back, like many do anyway. Definitely need that in the Tacoma. I think it would just make it a lot more handy to be able to store things or even haul things inside the cab. Number 6, this one, the driver's side grab handle. You know, I put one in my truck. You guys can see it right there. I put one in my truck, but it is, of course, aftermarket. It is not OEM. Someone asked me recently, because I mentioned something about this in a different video. There is no OEM version of that, at least not for the 3rd gen Tacomas. So I think we can look to the Tundra for this. You know, part of the shots the pictures that Toyota has been releasing recently did show a driver's side grab handle. So once again, Toyota is listening to us. You know, there have been numerous complaints. I would say probably right behind the automatic transmission issues, you know, the shifting, the hunting, that is number 2. People complain about not having a driver's side grab handle, and it definitely should be in here, in my opinion. It just makes it much easier to get in and out of the truck. I love mine, even though it was a hassle to get it in. It took me about an hour and a half. Definitely a must for the Toyota Tacoma. Number 7, more integrated front lighting. Now, we take this as a styling cue, or as a functional cue, I guess, depending on what you do with the truck, from the Tundra rather. If you've seen the pictures of the new Tundra, they have some integrated lighting, at least at the Pro trim level. A light bar in the front, and then wider, it would appear, fog lights integrated into the grille. And I think we're going to see that definitely in the Toyota Tacoma, the redesigned Toyota Tacoma. I don't think it'll be in the lower trim levels. I do think it'll be an upper trim level feature, probably standard in the TRD Pro, and as an option in the TRD versions like the Sport, the Off-Road, and probably the Limited. Now, what is the time frame for this? You know, if you're like me, you're impatient. You just can't wait, right? Especially if they're going to give us more power. There's one other rumor I want to mention. We'll get to that at the end here. But the time frame seems to be as a 2024, released in 2023. So really, you know, we're almost to July, almost more than midway through 2021. Let's say we're in 2022. So you're talking about a 2 to 3 year time frame from now, which kind of jives with what Toyota does. I had spoken to an engineer at Toyota a little while back, and he told me that it's about a 3-year cycle. So as soon as they finish one, they'll get into the next one, which in this case is going to be the Toyota Tacoma, and then it's about 3 years from then. So I think that's probably pretty accurate. Now, the one other rumor that I want to mention is a V8. There is talk of a special edition Toyota Tacoma with a V8 in it. Now, this is where we're going to find out how serious Toyota really is about jumping into the market, because all of the other manufacturers throw out these special models, right? Ford does it, Jeep does it. They're talking about doing it with the Gladiator right now. And of course, Ram loves to do this as well, if they ever jump back into the mid-size market. So it'll be interesting to see if they do that. I think it will really show us how serious Toyota is about being a real player in the truck market. Anyway, this is the talk. The talk has begun about the redesigned Toyota Tacoma. What do you think? Do you like these options? Are they scratching your itch? Are they giving us the things that we've been asking for? I'd be curious to know what you think. Leave a comment. Also, real quick, if you're interested, I do have 2 additional channels. Robmotive Tundra, all about that upcoming Toyota Tundra. And Robmotive JT, about my experiences with the 2020 Jeep Gladiator. Check them out, and if you're interested, why not subscribe? Don't forget to click that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. And do me a favor, smash that subscribe button on the way out. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.